everyone. I'm Susan Reddick, and I'm the host of When the Cookie Crumbles. Now, today we have the self-proclaimed new construction queen, Latrecia Kennedy. Did I see that? Did I say that right? I mess up your name every day.
Perfect.
Did I say it right? Yes. Yeah. I tend to mess up names. Now, you're with D.R. Horton. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Well, let's talk about you personally, who you are. And then let's also talk about what you do in real estate. Well, since I talked about D.R. Horton, tell us about you. You sell new construction. Is that new construction only?
Only new construction, yes. I hang my license with the developer, D.R. Horton. I've been doing this for 4 years to date. 1 year I was with the previous builder, and then I decided to come with the best and the baddest. So
I know that's right. All right. Well, you know what? I love how you market yourself.
Thank you.
Because you're doing something that other realtors don't do. You actually market yourself like you don't work for the company. I mean, like you send out emails. Mm-hmm. You'll put up stuff and say, "Hey, this is here. We're offering this." I mean, which makes other realtors like me, it draws us to you. Huh. So you got like a niche. You kind of cornered the market on how to market yourself. A lot of people for new construction, they just sit there and wait for somebody to walk through the door.
Yeah, no, that's not the way to do it. I learned a long time ago that people buy with people. I mean, that's what real estate agents are all about, is selling yourself, really. And I can hang my hat with any brokerage, and my goal is to get people to come buy with me.
Yeah.
So that's really what my marketing is all about.
So it's worked.
Good.
It's worked. I mean, because you've done really well there.
Thank you.
I mean, tell me, you high in the ranking, aren't you?
I am the top sales agent in Volusia County.
The top. That's number one in Volusia County. Oh my God! I was at a D.R. Horton the other day, and whenever I go to a D.R. Horton, I'll be like, "Well, I actually work with Latrecia Kennedy," and they always have that look on their face like, "Oh my God, she's selling to everybody. We just want one person,"
That's smart. I love it. I love your relationship. I really appreciate that. My goal, like I said, is always to get to know realtors. My first line of defense is you guys, so that you guys can know the client, you build a rapport, and just pass the baton. Because like I said, people are going to buy with you first, and then they've gotten to know you. Now I wanted to get to know me.
Yes.
Most of the time I have a real short window to build that relationship. Whereas I feel like you guys have a lot more time to build a relationship and know the client a lot more than me. So when I have, you in my corner, it's easy to just pass the baton, and then I take the reins, and, we're going to sell them a house and make their dream come true. That's what my goal is.
I know before I met you personally, I saw other realtors talking about you. Or you would put something up. Mm-hmm. And then the other realtors would be asking you questions like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was like, let me find out what she got going on over there, because I want to get in on that too. Yeah. And we've done some deals together. It's been very, very successful. Tell us what's going on with new construction right now.
It's booming. New construction is absolutely the way to go. Of course, I'm going to be super biased, but it's just amazing. D.R. Horton has the inventory. We have the land. As a matter of fact, we just released some stats just yesterday that we've got land enough to build for the next 7 years.
Oh, wow.
So if you're looking for a home, the new construction is, like I said, always the way to go, because you've got so many amazing warranties. Everything's new. Everybody wants to be in something new. You get that new home smell when you walk in, and the warranties, like I said, are super awesome. We've got a 1 year, what we call bumper to bumper. So that's like if anything goes wrong, I tell people as small as a paint chip, we'll come in and fix it for you. Okay. 2 years electrical and plumbing, 10 years anything structural, 30 years on your roof. I mean, D.R. Horton has just been the leader in the industry because of all of the inventory, the relationships we have with realtors. And usually when we say a house is going to be done, we're pretty on point with the timeline. So that's really what's make us stand out from all of our competitors.
Okay, so now let's talk about you.
Okay.
You, the person. Tell me what's been a trial for you in your life, a major trial, like a low point in your life.
I lost my dad in 2021.
That's recent.
Yeah, about 2 weeks after his birthday. And my, I guess, say trial and pretty low point is I'm a daddy's girl, and I'm always like looking for him to say, well done, you did it. I'm so proud of you. Like, I want him to be, super proud of my success all the time. And every time I hit a hurdle, like I just hit this one hurdle, I just want to cruise at my company, I didn't get a chance to call him and say, Dad, I hit this other hurdle. Like, so you didn't tell me you're gonna make me emotional. So the good news about that though is that through that low point, since I've always wanted him to see me do so well, it just propelled me to go to the next level. Like, I just know that he's so proud of me. So
yes.
Every step I'm like, yep, I take a moment of silence and go, Dad, look at what I did. But I'm here. Like, you just been waiting, and even though you knew I was going to be here this whole time, I just always wanted you to see it. So that was probably a low point for me. I would say probably the lowest, but
so that was kind of recent. So what do you think you did to get you past that point, to take you onto this journey now to be the new construction queen? How did you get past it?
I think a lot of the ways I've got past it is being able to relate to people when I haven't. I've never lost anybody super close to me until this recent time.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to relate to people when they would say, I lost my mom or my dad or my grandmother, someone that's really close. So I feel that I was able to get over it just by being someone that they can relate to when they're coming to me. And like I said, we have just a really short amount of time to find a connection with somebody. And when we have that connection, they're automatically have warmed up to me. Oh, I lost my dad too, or I lost someone close to me too.
Yes.
We have a really good connection, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to help you. We're going to get to the next level, and it just turns into a sale.
What, I can vouch for you myself. I'm not going to say what she did, because what she does for me is for me, okay? But we've had deals together, and what I can tell you is that she's going to fight for your client to the end. She actually cares about people. She doesn't put the company, she's going to do her job, but she's going to fight for you, and I really appreciate that about you.
Thank you.
I am a parentless child, and what I can tell you, though, maybe the one piece that you say you can get from it is that you've been able to take everything that your dad poured into you and been able to turn that into a success, and you can pour it into your children.
Right. So,
I always say to myself, like, if my mom could just see me now.
Yeah.
I just wish my mom could see me from what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So, I definitely understand
Thank you.
what you're talking about. All right, well, let me ask you this. If you could go back and talk to your 18-year-old self, back when you knew everything. You have teenage children, right?
I do.
What's your oldest one?
25.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will almost
a grown man.
Because my mama told me when they get grown, that's when you really you gotta help them more. You gotta do everything a little more. So if you could go back and tell yourself when you was younger than your son, what would you tell that little girl? That young girl thinking she could take on the world and still having the knowledge that you have now after everything you've gone through. How would you help her?
Yeah. I would actually go back to real estate. I would tell her to go ahead and get her license, like right now. A couple other things I would just say is to just remain humble. Teenagers usually are, just like you said, they think they know everything. I was right there when I was 18. I thought I knew everything. And I didn't. So now it's like, okay, I wish I could have done this a little bit different or that a little bit different. But one thing I will say, I felt like I didn't get a chance to go to a college and stay on the campus. I graduated from UCF, but I was a commuter. So I thought I was older than I was. So I felt like I needed to start a family right now. And if I could do that different, I would just have those young teenage years to just really mess up, have some time to mess up and then figure it out. I thought I knew it all, and then I didn't, and it took me a little bit longer to get to the point where
you miss out on a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I tell a lot of young people that the biggest thing you should be worried about is where you're gonna stay for spring break, what hotel, what beach you're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
But you're right, when you bring children into it, it kind of changes the scope of everything that you do, and you have to start thinking different, living different, everything you have to do.
Had to grow up fast.
Yeah, that piece of pie. When you have a pie, if you got one child, you cut it, now it's 2 pieces.
Yeah.
And the more kids you have, the slimmer the pieces get to be.
Absolutely.
People never think about it. Okay, real quick though, before we leave, a lot of people are afraid about the interest rates and all that sort of thing. Tell us what D.R. Horton is doing with those interest rates, or what do y'all do?
Yeah, they're hiking up pretty high. They've been, kind of going back and forth between the 7s and the 6s. But D.R. Horton has cornered the market with our Builder Forward credit. Basically, what that means is D.R. Horton will actually buy down the interest rate for our clients at no additional cost. Now,
so you buy it, they buy it down.
They buy it down with their own funds. Yeah.
Because I've heard a lot of lenders, they'll say, well, we'll give you this flex money, but then you have to turn around and use that money to buy down the cost.
Not at all. We've already bought it down for you, and we'll give you flex money on top of it.
Let's go shopping, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we're currently below market, right at 4.99 right now.
That's great. And another thing, as a realtor, I can tell you, when I bought my house 25 years ago, okay? But when my parents bought their house, and when interest rates were at 10 and 12% back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And it's, so like when they lowered the interest rates and everybody was getting those 2s and 3%, that was to stimulate the market. That wasn't gonna last forever.
Exactly.
The rates are just going back up to where they were before,
right?
So I just want to leave that to everybody who's so afraid and like, well, I'm gonna wait until it go back down to 2. It may never do that again.
Right.
But they got a lot of other good things, a lot of other packages and things that can compensate for that.
Yes, absolutely. It is still the time to buy a new house.
Yeah, and prices seem to have leveled out.
Yes.
And a lot of good stuff. And are y'all getting closing costs?
We are. We're currently up to $15,000. The week before that, we were at $20,000, but it is changing constantly. We just want to do what's best for the client and for the market at the moment. But yeah, closing costs. We're also giving all the appliances. So we have our Just Add Furniture promotion going right now. So basically, we want you to just move in without hassle-free. Your home will be ready for you. You've gotten the best incentives and the best interest rate and the best home at the best price.
All right. Okay. Anything else you want people to know about you personally?
I call myself the new construction queen. I coined that phrase probably about 2 years ago after I was out in the field deciding that I wanted to actually start doing a little bit of construction myself, to be honest with you. And that was pretty fun. So I said, you know what, I can sell, I can, dabble a little bit and come out there with a nail and hammer and and decided to do a little something. It just kind of took off, but I thank God for that, and I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you. Okay, now let's recap this real fast now. Y'all, she, along with D.R. Horton, okay, she's part of the company too, but they're buying down your rate. They're not charging you anything for it. They're buying it down for you.
Correct.
Right now they're giving $15,000 and they warranty everything about the house.
Absolutely.
Let's go shopping, y'all. I mean, we got the new construction queen. We got Miss Real Estate here together. We make a good team.
Absolutely.
All right. So tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes, on Facebook, it's just my name, Latrecia Kennedy. And then on IG, I can be reached at new construction_queen.
All right. There you have it. Nothing else? Any last words?
I'm good. Thank you, guys.
All right. I'm Susan Reddick, and this is When the Cookie Crumbles. I'll see you next time.